only by Jesus' words, free from the evil spirit. Is there not here a prophet of the Lord? Real true faith appears when you are in a hopeless situation. If there is no apparent hopelessness, then hope is not necessary. When we obtain hope from Jesus in the midst of frustration and agony, there is real hope. Jesus Christ is the only one. He is our hope in our hopeless situation. We can find many people rejoicing and thanking God because when they were in deep depression, they obtained hope by coming to the Lord. While the king of Israel could not find the way out of his hopeless situation, Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, sought God. God was the way out. Jehoshaphat said, "Is there not here a prophet of the Lord, that we may inquire of the Lord by him?" A prophet of the Lord? What could a prophet of the Lord do in this situation? Or, for that matter, what could God do? The situation was impossible. One of the brave servants of the king of Israel said, "There is a man called Elijah." Before he poured water on the hand of Elijah, but as soon as he heard this, Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, said, "The words of God is there with him. Let's go to him." Jehoshaphat brought the other kings along with him and went to Elisha. Elisha commanded them to dig. They dug where Elisha told them, and they found water. They were delivered from their hopeless situation. The land of Israel is desert land, so you cannot get water just by digging a hole anywhere. If they could have gotten water by digging anywhere, then why would the Israelites in despair? They would not have worried about water at all if that were the case. They would have just made several strong men dig several ditches and get plenty of water. But in reality, even if they had dug ditches, there was a little hope to get water. Because of this, they were despondent. But when they heard what the prophet of the Lord said, they obeyed right away. Perhaps the king of Israel said, "You're wasting your time. We all know that there's no water in this desert land. Stop fooling yourselves." However, because the words of Jehovah said, "Dig," even though they did not see rain nor even clouds, they dug with the hope that God would give them water. When they had obeyed, they hid water. They shouted with joy and all dashed to the well to drink. These three enemies restored their strength, and by God's provision, they won the battle. People think they know the right way, and whenever they fall into a hopeless situation, they think there's another way to be delivered from it. We may have the words "impossible" in our dictionary, but there's no word "impossible" in the dictionary of God. Although we're in a hopeless situation in our sight, God can always change our situation in any circumstance if we will only lift up our eyes and look upon Him. There are many people who consider the words of God as nothing, just like the king of Israel who could not trust the words of the servants of God because of circumstances they are facing. How many people are there nowadays that open the Bible to know the will of God and to trust the words of God? This is where hope is found. It is in believing the words of God in our hopeless situation. It is not becoming for believers to respond like athletes by saying, "Now there is no hope. There is nothing left but to die. I have lost all." Even though in this frustration, never disappear, but come before the Lord with the hope and the faith of believing God. When we come to the Lord, God works according to our hopes. If we will listen to what God says and have hope in the words of God, then God accomplishes our deliverance according to His will. We can find many occasions in the Bible where, with faith and hope, God changed situations even when they were apparently impossible to change. People who have no close relationship with God fall into destructive situations and finally are destroyed because they have no power to deliver themselves. But if you listen well to the words of God and have hope in the words of God, you will experience God accomplishing everything for you. Thank you for listening.